Hello, good people of the internet. I bring to you today another Diablo 2 video of the Paladin class. The Paladin, one of the best characters in the game. He has a skill for every situation. And yes, this accent is my real accent. I have been using phony American accent in previous video. Truth has come out. I was listening to some other Diablo 2 YouTube dude who had a voice like that, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. His is a real accent, mine's not, but I hope he'll forgive me for co-opting it for 55 seconds longer than I should have. Anyways, this is a video about my physical Zealer. And yeah, I just wanted to. It's the only fully built character I haven't made a video for yet, actually. So I'm just gonna make it, even though I feel like this guy could be better. He could be better. Skills. So what's interesting about the Fantacism Zealer as opposed to an Elemental Zealer is you have a lot fewer skills that you need to max. So combat skills, max sacrifice. Max Zeal, put a couple into Holy Shield, so that, you have a good duration. I got, just like, I don't know, an arbitrary number. I put a point or two into Conversion, just for fun, because I have the skills. I max Fanaticism, I have one into Sanctuary for physical immune undeads, and then I just figured I would put one into Conviction in case I ever just wanted to have fun. And run around in Act 1 with Conviction and like Vengeance on or something like that, which is probably a shit build, but I can have fun with it at least. And then I still had like points left over, so I got a couple into Redemption, one into Salvation, and then I pumped 10 hard points into Resist Lightning so that I had actually 80 lightning resistance instead of 75. Now, I could have put those points into Vigor for a faster run walk. I could have put those points into, I don't know, like, fuck, dude, like, what do I put it in? Defiance for defense? Like, I don't really need to put skill points into anything. I could have put them into Redemption and Vigor, maybe into Sanctuary, or even, like, I don't know, Holy Freeze or something like that. But, you just have so much play with the skills. It's kind of a cool part of this Paladin. As far as stats go, enough strength to base use all of my gear. Actually, that's not true. Huh. Well, enough strength to use most of my gear, and then I get the rest from my stuff, including my Anilus Charm. Okay, wait. Let me say. I've said it before, I don't use ladder-only rune words, so I do play on Pluggy. They are available to me. I have a huge stash, and I've killed Uber Diablo for the Anilus Charm. But I don't use ladder-only rune words. Everything else is I try to keep my builds as vanilla single-player-y as possible. So the charms I've got, the Anilus, Geeds, Combat Skiller, and then just Resistance Charms. This is one of the sickest charms I've ever found, by the way. All resistances and faster hair recovery. Holy shit. Like, I've literally never found another all-resistance charm. And then a couple shitty, attack rating and life charms and stuff like that. But, enough dex just to have... I think I put more dex in than I really need, to be honest with you. I could probably dump those into life instead. Probably should. Because I don't need the extra dex for max block. And although I don't have 10k attack rating, my weapon actually has minus 33 target defense, so, like, our attack rating's fine in that way. And you'll see my resistances. I spent a lot of effort getting up to 80 max resistance, and the rest of them are not maxed yet, because I'm actually using a Treachery. But I used to run a Treachery, and I only had, like, I don't know, 20, 25 light res pre-fade proc. And if I would go to a bail run and I happen to have souls, I would just get fucked. Like, there was just no way. And so I decided I really didn't want to have to find a way to pre-buff myself, you know, pre-get the Fade proc or whatever, so I wanted to just be able to plug and play. So I got, wow, check it out. Check out those souls. So I switched my gear around, and it's actually the best it's ever been. Alright, let's get some life. Alright, okay. Jesus Christ. And yet they still do an insane amount of damage. Where are you? So, I mean, that's a perfect example, though, where, like, if I had any less than 80 resistance, I would have gotten utterly massacred right there. Where the fuck is this guy? And it's crazy that even on 80 resistance, you know, with 80 lightning resistance, I got ruined by that elite soul pack. That was just insane. So, in my opinion, the hard points I spent into resist lightning were well put. And hell, I mean, I'd probably be even better if I spec'd out of, you know, the points I put into conversion and, you know, vengeance and tossed them into lightning, resist lightning, just for even more max light res. But you know, we're probably not going to be able to max it out, so I just figured I might as well have fun with the rest of the points. Where is my fucking level 2? Alright, we're going this way. Jesus, dude, this is wild. I really try not to use potions. You know, my favorite Diablo 2 YouTuber, it's probably very obvious, Progress13. You know, one of his videos, one of the very first videos I ever watched of his, he said that, you know, if you have to use a lot of potions, that means that your gear is, in a way, failing you. And, you know, that I thought that was kind of a cool way to play, because I had never really thought about the game like that. So, oh, finally we got the Fade proc. My god. Not that it's actually going to help that much, but... so, actually, I read recently, and I didn't know this before, that souls do so much damage because their lightning shot is actually bugged and has a physical damage component to it as well. So maybe the Fade proc is actually going to help me with souls as well. Yeah, let me grab this, oh, I thought there was like a Juby over here. Nope. Trash. Alright, well, let me talk about the gear that I got. So, where do we start? Let's start with the Tretch. So the Tretch is a solid piece of equipment. Really, really good. It gives me, you know, a huge bonus to resistances, as well as increased attack speed. Is primarily what I'm using it for. So, I have taken great pains to get my lightning resistance to 80 before the Fade proc, but the rest of my resistances are fine being covered by the Treachery. The Fade proc, along with my Storm Shield, give me a total of 50 DR, so that's pretty sick. I don't take a lot of physical damage. And I also get max block when I have my Holy Shield. So overall, the shield, I think Storm Shield, if you're not going for an Exile, I don't have the runes for an Exile. That's definitely the best in slot, but Storm Shield is probably second best. You know, you could use a Haas, you could use any number of, like, you know, honestly, I think Storm Shield and Haas are probably the only two options. You know, but you do need to get, you know, physical damage reduction somewhere else if you're not going to use the Storm Shield. The Treachery, the attack speed helps me reach a break point with Fantacism so that I get max attack frames with my Mighty Scepter, the Redeemer. And you can use a lot of different weapons. I just happened to find this from, I think, Hell Mephisto or something. No. I don't think Mephisto can drop this. It must have been from the pits. But I was like, shit, dude. This thing is sweet. 2 to Paladin skills, 278 damage, plus 90 damage, minus 33 target defense, increased damage to demons. along with the skull I put in gives me life and mana steal, along with a couple skills to redemption. So overall, this does a lot of damage, and this actually does more damage than what it says on the screen, because that plus 90 damage apparently doesn't factor in. It's kind of like the grief rune word, if you guys have ever read up on that. So, you know, just a cool weapon. I do kind of get annoyed, though, like, if I ever switch off, I switch off of Fanaticism relatively often, just to use, like, I don't know, whatever, other stuff. And I don't have max attack frames anymore with it. So this thing's lack of attack speed is kind of its one downfall. So I am considering switching weapons. I don't really have another weapon to switch to that I think is better, though. So, you know, kind of whatever. Then I'm using, obviously, a G-Face with an Ort Rune in it for Lightning Res. And that, with the unholy combination of the Gore Rider War Boots, gives me 50% Crushing Blow and 30% Deadly Strike. Along with a little open wounds chance. I think that's actually the only open wounds that I have on this character, so for boss killing, the Gore Rider is actually pretty important. Then I'm using Laying of Hands. Okay. Other boot options, by the way, you could use Goblin Toe for Crushing Blow, you could use IK boots for life and attack rating, or just like some tri-res boots you find. I've actually was considering just only having Crushing Blow on the G-Face and using, like, some faster run walk blood boots, because I don't actually have a lot of lifesteal on this character. So the Skull and then my Carrion Wind are the only lifesteal I have, equaling up to, like, 13. Not a whole lot, you know, considering on my Barbarians I stack, like, 20-25% lifesteal. So I considered using some blood boots, and I tried to craft a couple. You know, like, 3% lifesteal is good. You know, this is actually not a bad one. I just wish that it got faster run walk on it, because I just can't stand moving slowly. But I think this is, overall, to be honest, better. Just because of its stats. You know, the Crushing Blow and whatnot is just too good to give up. As far as helms, too, you could use... Like, I think G-Face is honestly, like, one of the best in-slot items. I mean, you could use a Crown of Ages, you could use a Vamp Gaze, you could use pretty much, you know, and a lot of different helms. But you do want to get your Crushing Blow somewhere, like if your weapon doesn't, like mine. So, you know, having that 50% Crushing Blow is very, very nice. Laying of Hands, pretty solid. Pair of gloves. I use them on basically every melee build, and even on some, you know, hybrid builds. So they're really quite good. Attack speed is nice. Fire res, you know, useful. And the increased damage to demons puts my damage to demons hilariously at an additional 582% damage to demons between my Redeemer and my Laying of Hands. So undead are really what give me trouble, far more than demons, which is just kind of funny. And then, yeah, so my jewelry. Last but not least, I'm using a Triangle's Belt, and that's because I don't have a Ravenfrost on this character. And part of that is actually because I'm using a two-piece angelic set. Well, okay, I don't have a Ravenfrost available for this guy, but if I did, I actually am not sure that I'd be able to switch to it, because I kind of need the attack rating from a two-piece angelic set. Like, without that, my attack rating sucks. And I don't know why, because I felt like having Fanaticism max along with Zeal, like, I would have just kind of decent attack rating, but that does not seem to be the case. And then I've got Carrion Wind, primarily for lifesteal and poison res. Like, it's not the best ring, but, you know, it kind of fits those two niches. And actually, it's kind of fun having the chance to cast Twisters, like, will sometimes mini-stun people. So, just a fun ring to have. And yeah, so I get just a nice life mana bonus, and then cannot be frozen from the Triangle's Belt. You know, maybe you could do a Ravenfrost and then like a Nose Coil or something like that. Would be another, like, two-piece option. Fucking Bale, my god, that is so mean. Can you believe that? Jesus. But yeah, I mean, the physical damage dealer, I think, is really cool. It was one of my, like, a build that I always wanted to make in classic Diablo, which I played for so much longer than Lord of Destruction when I was just, like, basically my whole life. But it was never really that good. And, dude, Redemption is so nice to have. You just heal up everything. And that's just one of the nice parts about, you know, I don't have a lot of lifesteal on this character, so that Redemption aura is very useful. Fucking mana burn. Oh, my Merc. Let me talk about my Merc. So I'm using a Strength Merc, or a Might Aura Merc, sorry. He's actually one of my shittier Mercs. I've just got a Tal's Helm, a Bone Hue, with a couple Shales in it. And then just like this random Griswold's plate, I just tossed a couple jewels in for resistances and strength. It's just like, you know, I wish I had a better item for him. I really do. Because he's by far my worst mercenary on all of my, like, quote-unquote finished characters. I do love the paladins because you can charge around. So, like, I don't often use vigor, to be honest with you. Like, I like just being able to hit whatever I need to hit kind of whenever. And I have a large enough mana pool that I can just kind of charge around. And it just works. Chaos armor. Sick. I'll sell it. Why not? Alright, gonna make sure Holy Shield is procced. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Can you believe it? What else do I have to talk about? I have to keep the good people entertained. You know, that's what they come to me for. This is actually kind of a more difficult wave of Veil sometimes for some reason. I'm not actually sure why, but sometimes I just find that my life goes down kind of immensely. Oh god, I'm stuck. So that is the one part about charge that is annoying. Sometimes it's bugged. Also, the Redeemer as a weapon has an exceptionally low attack range, so you really have to. Sometimes you'll be trying to zeal someone, but only do like a single attack because they move out of your range. It's just fucking annoying. You know, the third wave of Veil is really not that bad. I just kind of tank the. Holy shit! Don't die! Don't die! Don't die! Don't die! See, that's it's not that bad for me. It's bad for my Merc. That was funny. But, you know, they basically just serve as a way for me to heal. And usually the poison damage from the second wave is kind of a killer for my Merc as well. But I've actually recently kind of found a way around that. I don't know why it took me so long to just realize that, you know, all these auras that the Paladin have are, like, super useful. But I'll toss the cleansing aura on in between the second and third wave and clear myself of poison. And that's just, you know, once again, the cool part about the Paladin. You just got all these little auras, little things that make your build really good. You know, between redemption, you know, cleansing, and you can really take care of your resistances in your life and mana management. Despite my low lifesteal, I will say that I can just kind of get smashed by these things and be alright, because my lifesteal against demons in particular is so high, because I have an additional, once again, let me circle that number, 582% extra damage to demons. So, you know, I didn't need to use any potions. Basically, the entire Veil, like, you know, between waves 1 and 5, I didn't need to use potions. This guy does, you know, like you saw, struggle with souls. Sometimes he actually struggles with Oblivion Knights and Death Knights. If there's, like, huge elite packs of them on the level 3 of the Worldstone Keep, he can actually kind of struggle and die sometimes to them. But most demons he does not have trouble with. You know, like I said, the second wave is actually surprisingly difficult. And he does a lot of damage to Veil, because Veil's also a demon, so we're just chunking him with every every attack. What did I pick up? Chain gloves? Fuck that. Lightning res, poison link reduced. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. Why not? Yeah, let's see. Let's see. You know, I didn't really have to switch to too many auras, but I've got a couple others on Switch. So I've got Fantacism. I have Sanctuary primarily for souls. It slows down my attack speed, but it does knock them back and provide a little bit of protection. I do have Vigor on a hotkey, but I don't really switch to it ever. Cleansing as well. Let's see. I guess that's primarily what I use, and then Redemption. You know, I will also mention that despite this guy not being quite as fully geared as my Holy Shock Zealer, he did this bail run very, very easily. And might actually just be better than my Holy Shock Zealer, despite being a lower level with worse gear. And, you know, skill points that I've just kind of fucked around with. But, yeah, I mean, the physical damage Zealer is a solid build, you know? Just get yourself a weapon and a storm shield. You're good to go. Wow, I really feel like that ended pretty quickly. And then maybe I need to talk about more shit. But honestly, I really can't think of anything. So I'm just gonna... Okay, I will go to the Cold Plains. One of my favorite things to do is just use... Oh yeah, that's right. I have Conversion on a hotkey. One that I never click. I'll just run around the Cold Plains and start making the minions of evil fight for me. It's humorous. Alright, take it easy, guys. Yo, this is a quick addendum to the video I made about my physical damage Zealer. The one thing I forgot to say was that, because in the bail run I did, we did not have to fight any physical immunes. And I forgot to mention that Sanctuary actually breaks physical immunities on undead. So the only monsters I really have to worry about are physical immune demons. And so to counter that, voila! I've got the Gavel of Pain, which I found, and I have that on Switch because it gives me 3 charges of amplified damage. And usually that's enough, you know, to like kill 2 elite packs that are physical immune. So I'll just run away, cast that, then start smacking them again. I always forget about this. I actually could use this on Bale and probably increase my clear speed by quite a bit. But, yeah, I mean, I actually, so I have a spell steal. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. So I could have Decrepify, level 3 Decrep on there as well, but it's not as it doesn't reduce physical, like, resistance in monsters quite as much. Like, I believe it's minus 100 physical resistance with amplified damage and only 50 for Decrepify. So there are some monsters that you actually can't break their immunities with only Decrepify. So I have the Gavel of Pain for the amplified damage just in case. Plus, I actually think I've kind of always wanted to have like a two-handed weapon Zealer, and I don't have like a good enough gear level or weapon to do that right now. But it is just kind of fun to run around some of the lower level monster spots and just smash shit. And, you know, I haven't even upped this, so it's just its normal damage and, like, a very slow attack speed. I don't know, can we do the Travancore like this? Probably not, especially because I don't have Fade procced. This is going to be a horrible idea. Hey, Lightning Res, that's nice, I guess. Let's see, yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Come on, I might have to, like, save and quit this very, very quickly. Oh! Rejuven! Oh, alright, we're out. Yep. we're out. We were out a long time ago. But yeah, you know, maybe someday I'll make a two-handed setup for this guy. Anyways, addendum over. Catch ya later.